Rising production costs, a shortage of seasonal worker, and new EU regulations of the Green Deal as sustainable development are the biggest challenges facing apple growers today, according to Fruits Union Apple Perspective 2030 strategy. Poland is the largest apple producer in Europe. According to the Agency for Restructuring and Modernization of Agriculture, there are about 100,000 hectares of orchards in Poland, of which about 35.8% are planted with apples. The average size of a Polish orchard is just over 2.5 hectares. Apple harvests vary, but in recent years they have been between 3 and 4.7 million tons. Last year's apple production was estimated at over 4.7 million tons. This year's crop will be smaller. According to the strategy, the industry must face up to the dynamically changing reality of post-COVID-19 trade. There are still many problems in export chains related to the pandemic and armed conflict around the world. Fruit growers have had to cope with increases in gas and electricity prices of over 100%, fertilizer cost of 80%, storage cost of 50%, and the cost of production inputs, including machinery, equipment, and packaging, of around 40%. During this time, labor costs have also risen by almost 15%, and there are enough seasonal workers to harvest all the crops. Unfavorable regulations planned by the EU are also important, such as a ban on plastic packaging for products weighing less than 1.5 kg and restriction on use of pesticides. The European apple market is unbalanced, with an oversupply of apple that has put enormous pressures on prices. Consumption has fallen in many countries, including Spain, France, Germany, and Italy. Retail chains are taking advantage of the situation by dictating prices that do not reflect the dynamic increase in production costs, says expert from the Fruit Union. According to the report, Poland has ideal climate and soil condition for growing apples. Polish apples are appreciated for their intense flavor and crunchiness, which are the result of suitable growing conditions. The production of these fruits in Poland significantly exceeds the possibilities of consumption, which is why it is necessary to export them. However, this is not an easy task, partly because the varieties are not adapted to the habits of foreign customers. According to traders, the most promising export market for EU apples are Middle East, India, Thailand, Malaysia, and Vietnam, and South American countries. In 2022, Poland exported most fresh apples to Egypt, Kazakhstan, India, and Belarus. However, a very important issue in opening up Asian markets is cultural differences and a very long process of establishing relations and conducting trade talks between starting actual cooperation. In recent years, Poland's main export markets have been India and Egypt. Varieties exported to these countries must be durable, hard, and able to withstand being sold without a refrigerated logistic cycle. The most suitable varieties are Red Delicious and Gali. The prospect of Polish fruit growers conquering the Far East could be extremely lucrative. Polish producer organization Unia Owocowa and Association of Fruit Growers of the Republic of Poland have been promoting Polish apples in Far Eastern markets since last year through the Gift of Polish Orchards program. Apples from the heart of Europe, the campaign is aimed at the Thai and Malaysian markets. The aim is to attract customers from these countries to high-quality fruits from Europe, especially Poland. The Association of Fruit Growers is also running an educational, promotional campaign on the markets of Egypt and Jordan, entitled It's Time for the Apples from Europe. These are the EU programs co-financed by the Fruit and Vegetable Promotion Fund.